Frankly, it's been a rough start here for Coach Bearington and the New York Giants, dropping their opening 2 games in conference. And with the media bearing down here on Coach Bearington, asking, are we going to see this team turn things around? And on top of that, reporters Lenny has come in asking, where is the development that Coach has talked about? We have reporter Jeff Torberg asking, Coach, that was a tough loss. How do you respond next week at home facing the Chiefs? And frankly, it starts with the starting lineup. Against the Chiefs, rookie quarterback Jackson Dart will be getting his first official start with the New York Giants. We also see Illuminor step in to start right guard over the struggling Evan Neal. And offensively, recently traded for Drew Sanders will move into the starting spot, starting 2 in the nickel linebacker form with his strong man coverage. We'll also see an increase in the rotation for the linebackers as well, coming out early and coming back in even earlier. That means we'll also see a bit more of Micah McFadden in his final contract season. This is a big year, and he has a big opportunity today with a breakout chance. If he can come up clutch, he might be a linebacker of our future. But we also see a similar earlier switch around when it comes to the running backs. And along with that, Coach is changing up the offensive playbook, focusing on a 2 running back style. That way we get Tracy and Scattaboo more involved. Gonna see read options, normal runs, some screen passes set up to both players. And hopefully with that, a boost to this offense. But all of that gets tested here today, as not only do we have one game, we will stay at home hosting the Los Angeles Chargers as well. So as we get today underway, facing the 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs, we get our home debut of the season underway at MetLife Stadium, Sunday night, prime time. But it will be defense out first as we look to kick this one off. Gano with a deep one back to Royals, caught inside the 5. Eric Kendricks on special teams makes the stuff at the 24. Patrick Mahomes headed out with a career that has been topped by only a few. And will be a chance to see what our new look nickel linebacker duo can do. Sanders and Bobby Okereke with a throw underneath. Quick on it is Sanders. First start, first tackle. We had reporters asking, where's the development? Well, there we go, already making a big play with a 2nd and 9. They look to go to Pacheco. Big Dexy with the tackle. He did get a bit banged up last week. Healthy to start this one. Got some rest in practice. 3rd and 4. Mahomes under pressure, and Dexter Lawrence is looking healthy to start this one. A tackle followed by a sack. And we didn't get to see him finish his power clean. Come on, camera guy. But we do at least get to see the defense end their drive. And the big storyline here today, Jackson Dart getting his first career start. He heads out onto the field with a new formation here. 2 hands on the ground in the backfield, Tracy and the fullback. And they give it to Tracy with a burst to the left-hand side, spinning by a massive gain of 24. Leo Chenal has to chase him down. And that is a massive way of starting this new look offense into plus territory. Thank you, Tracy. He dots the I here. Some play action. Dart rolling. Has a receiver downfield, is open. That's going to be Robinson, down and out inside the 3. Steamrolling out the gate here. This offense is hungry for that touchdown. Keeping with the I formation here. Dart making sure his team is set up. I formation. Running it. Tracy follows the block, and we've got a quick touchdown here in MetLife. Giants with a great start against the Chiefs. 3 and out on defense and fly down the field with that new offensive playbook. Jackson Dart's first career drive as a starter here in New York ends with 6. But we won't be celebrating too much longer. Travis Kelce starting the next drive, popping off for 25, and the Kansas City Chiefs in plus side. Swinging it out to Gray. Phillips with a good open field tackle. He shows off a little bit of his strength out there for being DB. 2nd and 4. Pacheco stuffed at the line. Brian Burns clean off the right side with the blitz. The defense, after giving up a big play to start the drive, trying to close it out here. Trips look to the right, one to the left. Mahomes rolling to that right side. He gets by Burns, throwing open downfield. Worthy down, shaking, and into the end zone. Looked, however, like that one might have been thrown past the line. No flag comes in here on Patrick Mahomes, as Brian Burns could not get that sack. Close to the line of scrimmage, but it ends in a tie game. And the Chiefs would build on that momentum. Getting a stop on defense and the ball back here to start the second quarter. Pressure builds again. Mahomes gets away from Brian Burns. This time, at least, it's not a touchdown. Rice, however, does have the first down for the Chiefs. They move inside the 35. Bunch look to the left-hand side here for Mahomes. Play action, he keeps it, gets by Abdul Carter. A massive rushing play here for Mahomes, taking a rare hit as well. Just like that, Chiefs now inside the red zone, and take a note out of our own playbook here. They come out, 2 hands down in the backfield, handed off to the fullback, stuffed by Kendricks. Gonna see a little bit less playing time, a base down back. But typically you get those formations closer to the end zone, and it's a perfect time for him to make those kind of plays. To the outside, Pacheco meets Sanders. Help comes in. Brian Burns. Now we're looking to stand tall here inside the red zone. Force a field goal attempt. Spread wide as the D-line with an empty set. Mahomes under pressure, and Alexander makes the play. Another rookie getting his first career start next to Sexy Dexy, and he makes the big play on third. People were wanting to see development. We are seeing some development. Right hash here, though, puts the Chiefs on top with a field goal by Butker, staying on his feet this time. But standing just beside the midfield logo. It's a 4th down split backfield here for the Giants. They need 7 to convert. Dart tries that hard count. Throwing under pressure here. Neighbors gets the catch and somehow pivots, picking up that first down. I don't know how he did it there, but we will take that one. Neighbors with a great play. Now make it a strong eye here as they go with a stretch outside. Tracy can't get by Tranquil. I think it's a little too early to be panicking there, and I don't know why we have surrender Cobras. We got a 3-point game here at midfield. Look to go toward the air here instead. Dart looking to scramble. He's got space, sliding down at about the 40. That leaves instead a 3rd and 1. Stacking the front here is both sides. Jones right down the middle. I form. Tracy has that first down through Tranquil. And with that, will also take us through the 2-minute warning. Try to find a lead or at least tie it here before the break. Coming out here again, 2 down in that backfield. Dart drifting back, throwing outside. He's got Tracy dropping it in the end zone. You couldn't have asked for a better play there. He got about as open can be, and it was a good throw there from Dart. Scattaboo joining him in the backfield here with motion to the outside and going back out to Tracy. He holds on to it this time, puts the spin on, and he's got a solid gain. However, that does still leave a 3rd and 3. Gray joining now in the backfield. Scattaboo is back there. He's going to go in motion. Gray on the keeper. He's got space down the middle. Cutting to the left side and taken down at the left hash 10-yard line. It's goal to go. Every running back joining on in here today. Tracy returns as they keep with that split look. Going to go in motion out to the right-hand side. Though they look to set up the screen to the left. Scattaboo taken down at the 7. Not too much fight there to break through that tackle attempt. Clock does stay moving, though, as we hit the 30-second mark. Looking to pass here. Spinning, rolling, throwing, intercepted! Looking for Robinson. Instead, he finds Watson. And if he just decided to tuck and run instead, we're probably looking at potentially a touchdown. Bolton South there lurking is what forced the throw, but it stayed lofted. And we miss out on a huge opportunity. And ultimately, that sends us to halftime a bit disappointed, down inside the 10. We come away empty-handed, and it stays 10-7. As our first game of the episode hits halftime, we'll look for some updates around the league. Starting with the 49ers hosting the Cardinals, Kyler Murray throwing off his back foot, hooking up with McBride, who breaks the tackle at about the 25, shows off a burst of speed, and pulls the Cardinals in front to win the game 27-21 over the now 1-2 49ers. Seattle, they're at home. They're hosting the Saints. Seahawks 2-0 versus the 1-1 New Orleans away team. Kamara, though, with a nice juke both inside and back out. Shifty moves here from the crafty vet. It's Rattler pulling off the win over Darnold in an upset 27-23. And as for the Chicago Bears, they're looking for their first win of the season, hosting the Dallas Cowboys, who did pick up a win against our guys not that long ago. Prescott has had a great start to the year. He fires outside and he finds Pickens in a close game, pulling off the win 8-7 over the Bears. But as we look to get our second half back underway here at MetLife, we've got some work to do. Missed out on a big opportunity. Good news, offense starts. And it'll be Scattaboo down the middle, left side. He picks up 3. Definitely seeing a change in the approach this game offensively. Finding some success, but we need to find a few more points today. Under pressure here, spinning off that back foot. He was well inside the pocket. Robinson close, but they're still going to give the penalty. Perhaps if that ball landed inbound short of Robinson, there wouldn't have been that penalty. So 3rd and 19. Split backfield has motion Tracy across. They will throw his way underneath. Robinson, the blocker in front, picks up a pair of big blocks close to the line to gain, but the refs don't give it. Stingy against the Chiefs as always, but the offense stays on the field and Dart sneaks forward. First down, Giants. Sometimes against teams that you're vastly outmatched against, you just got to be aggressive and hopefully you win more than you lose. Tracy on the carry here, stuffed down the middle. Bolton will end up going as a gain of 3. We'll take that every time we get the chance. Split backfield here with Bellinger, the tight end. Thrown outside and finding Neighbors, but through his hands. That one, though, not really on Dart. He's thrown some pretty accurate passes today. Has that one interception that was just thrown, honestly, a little bit late. Not necessarily a bad read. Pressure builds here, and Jones with the sack. Ends the opening drive here of the second half after converting nearly that 3rd and 18 with a 4th down, 4th and inches. Mahomes is picking up right where his defense left off, driving down the field here, their first possession of the second half. Down the middle, a short run of 2. McFadden in the mix there on that stop, though. He and Sanders both exit the field here as Kendricks comes on out next to Bobby Okereke with a 2nd and 8. As they look to pass across the middle, Holland gets the tackle, and Kelsey will be just shy of the first down. The 3rd and inches I form, sneaking is Mahomes, converting. Both QBs pulling out the first down gainer there on the shortest run probably of the day. Sexy Dexy, though, jars that ball free. Diving on it, I believe, was Patrick Mahomes. I think there's one former NFL quarterback who's not going to like that highlight. I'm sure we all know who is being referenced here, but a 2nd and 19 on what should be the final play of the 3rd. Mahomes scrambles, taking some contact as he gives himself up. Luckily for the Giants, no penalty on it. Will be 3rd and 4. As we look to get the 4th quarter underway, a tight game for now, 10-7. Defenses have shown up, offenses struggling to find points, and hopefully that continues for at least one more drive. As the fourth quarter gets underway here, it's 3rd and 4 with a tight look, a lot of early movement. Smith was in the backfield, and he will be the culprit. That backs up the Chiefs, facing now 3rd and 9, but you got to wonder if that's actually a little bit more favorable for them. Defense looks to make a change pre-snap. Mahomes looks to scramble. Abdul Carter just got punched in the face by Mahomes, giving up the first down. It has not been a promising start here for the first-round rookie for the New York Giants. A 1st and 10 just outside the 10. Quick throw across the middle is broken up by Phillips. Giants brought the blitz there. It's actually the secondary coming in clutch. With an empty set here, Mahomes looks to set up a screen. Left side and off the kneecap of Hollywood Brown. Just like that, Mahomes yet again with a 3rd and 10. Bunch to the left. Only bringing 4 this time, though Mahomes gets rid of it. Doinking off the upright. Where's the intentional grounding that time? Dexter Lawrence with the hit in there on Mahomes, and it forces yet another field goal attempt. Left hash this time for Butker. Would put him up by 6, and it's down the middle. 13-7 here in the fourth quarter. A one-score game with a point after the Giants could find the lead. The only problem for the Giants is they have not found a touchdown since their opening possession. They start back here at the 22. A pivotal drive that Tracy cannot get outside. He loses 4. Chiefs, while facing a new-look offense here, are flying around, and they're making all the plays. Tracy in motion again as they look to set up an orbit screen out to him. Chenal cannot keep up. Tracy, first down. Simple passing plays have seemed to be the key here for this Giants team. They are set up with motion again. Scattaboo going across. Throwing it out his way. They had a screen set up the opposite way, and Scattaboo can't keep his feet. Will end up being a loss of 2 there. Good coverage in the one-on-one. Losing 2 again here are the Giants. Go a little bit of some play action. Passes downfield. Robinson can't hold on. Big timely hit by Cook. You do got to feel a little bit bad here from Dart. His stats are not going to look good, but he's not played a bad game whatsoever. Facing 3rd and 12 here. Throwing outside, and he throws a pick to McDuffie. One-on-one, Slayton just didn't seem to go after that pass. Another poor stat here for Jackson Dart. And an unfortunate showing as his teammates just not quite coming up clutch for him. For the defense, who pulled off at least a semi-hold down inside the red zone, keeping this a one-score game. They're back out on that field. Now needing to make sure the Chiefs don't gain anything. As they go play action, quick out to Kelsey. Taken down by Kendricks, gain of 3. Haven't seen too much down the field attempts today for the Kansas City Chiefs. Facing double A gap here, though, could be a good time. Brian Burns clean off the edge, forces that quick throw outside to Rice. Defense has the 3rd down they've been looking for. 3rd and 5 at the 36. Looks like man across the board here. With the pressure, Alexander couldn't contain. Mahomes scrambles again. Down inside the 15. Giants again nearly have him in the backfield, but cannot contain. As we move to about 4 minutes left in this one. Pacheco down the middle, denied. Lawrence. He's putting together a strong performance. He just needs a little bit of some help. But in total, it's the defense that needs help from the offense. They've only given up 13 to this point in the game. It's 2nd and 13. Gray going to go in motion over to the right-hand side. Worthy now playing a little bit of some slot. Quick outside and finds Kelsey. Kendricks did not keep up in man coverage. And Madden itself looking a little bit choppy here as Kelsey, the aging vet, has at least one more touchdown for his career. I'm trying to make this a 2-score lead. Chiefs stay on the field here. 21 is what they want, but denied even 20. Stuffing the Pacheco run is the defense belting with the stuff. For Dart, who frankly has just been extremely unlucky today. He's going to come up clutch. With just over 3 minutes to go, you need 2 touchdowns. You've only managed 1 here today so far. Breaks this one outside, and he's just going to have to take this one himself. By the 50, tiptoeing and pushed out at the 42. It's been some of these late game scrambles that have given the Giants, I'll say, a little bit of some hope in some of these games. Tracy drops another one. He had a surefire touchdown earlier this game he dropped. Going to be hard to win games when you're not holding on to passes. Looking to go to the air here. This one's out to Bellinger. Double, triple, almost quadruple coverage. Chris Jones, though, was getting pressure, and I think it was just Dart trying to get rid of it to someone who maybe could have went up to get it. 3rd and 10, 4-down territory here. Rolling to the outside. Dart gets it out to Tracy, who will pick up about half what's needed. Well, the 4th and 5, you've got to convert. Giants have already converted 2 here today. They go split backfield. Try that hard count. It won't be free. Under pressure here. Dart goes down. Jones with the big sack, and that just about ends the threat here for the Giants. Chiefs would end up holding on to that game 19-7. The defense is doing their job. The offense is still missing out on opportunities. Now, while they looked promising here today, we did not do enough. Mahomes was able to find a couple key passes when we should have had sacks. That was the only negative for the defense. They missed out on contain to get some 3rd down stops to force them outside of field goal range. Offense only managed 1 score their opening drive. They dropped a touchdown and they dropped several conversions. And for Dart, that means just about 100 passing yards, 45% complete. Well, you've got to account for these drops. And honestly, I think we're even missing a few. But we're not quite seeing the passing game take that step. And we didn't quite see the running game do what we wanted either. Only 1 run for Scattaboo. We've got another game, though, to try to improve that. But at least one good thing coming off that game is we find out the media does actually have a little bit of a sense of humor. We guaranteed the win. We didn't live up to it, but we did show some good signs. So just as Coach says, we will live and learn from it, and we'll take that into our next game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Unfortunately, it will not be with a dev boost coming to McFadden, but he does get a nice boost of XP, and we'll look to build upon that. And in a battle of 2 teams who are 0-3, we retake the field in MetLife Stadium, facing the Chargers in a game where one of these teams has got to come away victorious in your afternoon showdown. And of course, trying to bring a little bit of some extra oomph to the team. We are rocking those throwback uniforms as Gano has us underway here. Game 2. And looking to return this right down the middle. Johnson picks up the stop at the 28. Though it looks like we do have an injury out there in Johnson. He'll make his way to the sideline. In return, that will bring out Herbert and the Chargers offense. Hampton, the running back. They look to go his way. Play 1, a good stuff by Newbin coming down. Always feels like a good way to start a game by picking up a quick run stuff. I form here. Now they're going to try to get outside. Good flow, and Phillips with the tackle. Bobby Okereke out there as well. And after 2 runs to Hampton, he'll have to make his way to the sideline. They bring out running back 2 in a spread look here. Shotgun flooding the left side and finding Ladd McConkey. First down. That was the problem we had against the Chargers, unable to get off the field. And the opportunity presented itself. Continuing on here is the Chargers at the 41 now. Herbert again flooding, checking back to the weak side. Harris wrapped up clean again by Phillips. Tag teaming for the second time this drive. Bobby Okereke helps clean it. They gain 2 and go play action. Looking left, McConkey holds on. Giants had tight coverage. They just were not able to jar that ball free. Into plus side now go the Chargers. Handing this one off. Harris with a good stiff arm breaks another tackle, picking up 8. Not going to get credit with the start in this one, but Najee Harris, 2 good runs. And with that, Hampton returns. Play action off of him. Burns slipped. They flip it outside, and it's another Chargers first down. Well, there's been plenty of talent here at edge rusher. We're just not doing well enough to contain these quarterbacks. Najee Harris picks up a nice strong run there. Picking up 5. Giants bring the blitz here, but picked up well enough by the offensive line until lit up is Herbert. Couldn't tell you who broke through there late, but either way, it forces that ball out of the back of the end zone. So 3rd and 5 here for Herbert and the Chargers. Under pressure, Lawrence with the hit. Forces that ball low, well short of any other possible receiving target, and honestly could potentially be another missed intentional grounding. The defense once again stands tall inside the red zone, and they force another field goal attempt. Dicker, the kicker, from the left hash, and he's got the Chargers on the board. With a 3-0 lead, gives the ball to the Giants. They had a great opening drive against the Chiefs, and they replicate and continue trying to find those big plays. It starts with Tracy, busts it to the right-hand side. He picks up 6. Well, they've definitely gone to a little bit more split back looks. He definitely still seems to be the primary back, missing on several big plays last game. Dart under pressure. Ball's incomplete. That one, though, close to potentially being a fumble. Leaves a 3rd and 4. You got a weak eye here. Hard count there from Dart. Not demanding enough. Flips this one out to Johnson, converting the first down. He's another younger, upsided player. We'll see if they could get him going as well. The big first down conversion. This drive stays alive. They blow up the screen pass. Dart ultimately throwing that one to get away from losing yards on the sack. Leaves 2nd and 10. Keeper here. Dart takes it down the middle, picking up gain of 7. Little college ball action here with this Giants team. Trying to go from being one of the oldest to one of the youngest teams in the NFL. Another RPO. They get it out to Tracy on that orbit screen. And another big gain. They could just work that into a bit more consistency and work on Tracy's hands. He's dropped a few. They might have something here. Scattaboo now goes out in motion. 2 good blocks in front. Takes a big hit by James. Oh, I think honestly both of them feeling that hit. Tracy keeps here. He works weak side. He's by the 20, by the 10. Spin move. Touchdown Giants. Triple option keeper down the middle goes Tracy. Works his way outside. Uses the speed and with 1 to beat. Put the man on the spin cycle and kicks that ball around like we're playing pinball. Giants with another opening possession touchdown. Puts them on top here 7-3. It looks like we've got the makings of another high-flying offensive affair as the Chargers are answering with a strong drive of their own. Getting into the start of the second half. Check down here. Najee Harris holds on, getting by Sanders. Honestly, out the gate so far, he looks to be the far more presentable starting back over Hampton. Haven't seen him do much. Though he's got a gap down the middle here. Shaking and baking down to the 1.5 yard line. Looks to be a great example of the announcer jinxing a team. With a 1st and goal, they pop up looking for a pass. Pressure builds, but the pass is out, and Matlock has the lead. Back in favor of the Chargers. They find the big boy. If I'm not mistaken, a former defensive lineman turned fullback gets the touchdown. For the Giants, they've struggled to answer after their first drive. They're facing a 3rd and 2 here on the following drive. They look to go with an RPO. Tracy once again has space, a big run. If they can continue opening up lanes like this, the running game can be a great asset for a rookie quarterback in Dart. As they do go hurry up off of it. Looking for some play action. Rolling, open downfield. Touchdown Giants! Dart puts it out there for his tight end. And he goes up, squeezes it, and brings it down cleanly, taking a hit or 2 in the process. But an accurate, tight spiral there from Dart. Giants back in front. But just as we have that 3rd and 2, so will the Chargers. Just by the midfield line, they're going to have motion from left to right, back over to the left side, and open again is McConkey. We just can't cover the man. So part of me wonders what he would do on a team with Adam Thielen and Hunter Renfrow. That would be an interesting receiver group. Weak side toss, Najee Harris, shouldered down by Paulson Adebo. Bobby Okereke in the area, hyping up his former college teammate and now once again teammate in the NFL. The 2nd and 12. Missing the throw, Herbert. He had Conklin favored on the outside with Bobby sitting there flat-footed in coverage. 3rd and 12. They will look to go to the air here across the middle. Harris close but short. Okereke with the tackle. Once again, this defense forces another field goal attempt. Dicker from about the 28-yard line, left hash, and good. Now, Coach Bearington did leave all timeouts for his offense. With just about a minute, 10 seconds to go, they start at the 20. Quick pressure as they try to set up the screen. The offensive line's got to try to put up at least a little bit of some resistance there, starting under center. Quickly falls incomplete, though, at least stops the clock. Robinson on the outside, finding him and tiptoeing for an extra couple yards. Good quick hitter. Picks up the first down and only wastes about 4 or 5 seconds. They stick with that look here. Robinson checking out a couple things himself as Dart has them lined up. Looking deep downfield, Robinson with a step, and he will take it the distance. The speed, pure speed from Wan'Dale Robinson. Jackson Dart with one beauty of a throw as well. Had time to step into it and just drops it right over the top. Textbook throw. Only Robinson was getting to that one. That wouldn't be the final play of the half. The Chargers would work their way downfield and once again from about the 20-yard line, set up Dicker for his 3rd field goal of the half and will take us to the break, 21-16. The offense showing up here against the 0-3 Los Angeles Chargers, but it's the defense who's given up a little bit more cheaper plays than what we would like to see. As they head to the locker room, Coach will get them going for the second half. We look around the league. J.J. McCarthy here has the Vikings 2-1. But it's the defense struggling to tackle Najee Harris, the replacement, as they would pick up the dub. 24-18 Steelers over the Vikings in Pittsburgh. And we saw in the last week, Seahawks gave up their first loss. They're trying to answer as they find Kenneth Walker all the way to the outside, shimmies a tackle, and sends them to 2-1 on the year, 31-21 over the Cardinals. Now for our last halftime update, Buccaneers at home, they face the Eagles. Eagles below 500, and they might be dropping even further as it's a screen set up to the outside. A truck stick has the Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers on top at halftime, 14-0. Got an update on the rest of your scores there as we get ready to kickstart our second half. Tracy, a much better game here today. Robinson with a big touchdown before half, but we've seen the Chargers answer. It's time Coach doesn't give them the opportunity to answer. So as we look to get the second half underway, it will be our offense set to try to widen their lead. Gray with a return right down the middle, blocks in front. He's got space right down the hash. 30, closing in and taken down at about the 25. But a huge return from Gray, running back 3 to kickstart our second half efforts. And starting this close to the end zone, we will take every time. Dart, though, making a change out there, doesn't like what he sees. Checking to a perhaps pass play here. Dart to the outside, evades at least long enough to pick up a pair of yards. Wasn't able to run freely for all too long, though. Good chase down speed by Mack. Has a 2nd and 8. Bellinger trying to slip through. He picks up about 6. And needing just 2 more yards, a 3rd down here inside the red zone. Split backfield. Tracy motions out. Throwing out late, they do find him to the outside. He shakes off of 1, though cannot escape. Incoming help, die with the tackle, but 1st and goal at the 10. There's been one player we still have not seen much from. That is Neighbors. He's been held catchless here today. Looking his way, back shoulder and well guarded. Still breaks it up. Obviously, you got coach trying to figure out a way to get him involved with a 2nd and goal. They hand it off. It's Bellinger rumbling to the end zone. A little fullback love, why don't you? Giants widen that lead with Daniel Bellinger playing that fullback role here for the Giants. And he shows off his dance moves here as well. A whole lot better than Mike Gesicki. But we aren't done there. Defense picks up the 3 and out. And after a nice 24-yard grab here from Wan'Dale Robinson, we're at midfield. Play action. Open on the outside, and finding him late is Belly. We're the gain of 8. Getting everyone seemingly involved today outside of Neighbors. Still missing a little bit of some scataboo as Bellinger does go in motion. Short left-hand side. Tracy to the outside. Neighbor, good block downfield, and nearly breaking away was Tracy. A great spin move there has us set up inside the red zone. But shout out Neighbors for that down the field blocking. Right now, coach struggling to get him involved in this passing game, but he's finding other ways to get him going. It looks like a change to the play call there from Dart. Once again, tossing this one up. It's Neighbors with the touchdown. He didn't even have to go up to get that one. Just simply pluck it away from the cover man. Make that 35-16 Giants pulling away here in the second half as their defense has finally started to pick up a stop. And let's keep that train on a rollin'. Paulson Adebo, first play of the following drive, gets that pick. And just as the number on his chest, we start at the 21. Coach Bearington trying to put the boot down here with still about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hard count, no one jumps for Dart. They bring that blitz. He flips it outside. He's got Belly. Cannot break away, but does pick up the first down. And after a rough first game, a great second game starting here for Jackson Dart. And it's showing exactly why coach kept saying it really was not him out there as to why the team was struggling last game. The 1st and 10 here at the 10. They hand it off. Tracy taken down. Not every play is going to be a big play, but we'll take every play we can get. Pressure builds, flipping this one out. It's behind Neighbors. That time it is on Dart as he trails back, trying to pick up the stopper, slow him down. Instead, still is running away with this one. Pick one way, pick 6 the other. Chargers get their first big play this second half. Rolling to the right, Dart throws the pass behind Neighbors. And that is going to be a huge play for the Los Angeles Chargers here, trying to kickstart their second half efforts. And things might be steamrolling the opposite way now. 2 plays later, a second pick, Quan Alexander. They're inside the 30. Good news for the Giants, we still hold a 2-score lead, 35-23. Hampton on the handoff, will not get by the front 7, Alasso 1. Lawrence there first. Help comes from behind, Bobby Okereke. It'll be 2nd and 11. Harris back in, here's they go quick across the middle. Conklin shows off a little speed there. Not sure the last time I saw him with a burst like that. We'll see if the Chargers will snap the ball here pre-quarter break. And they do with one final second. It's quick out to Hampton. Adebo turns but cannot get there in time. A massive response here from the Chargers late in the third quarter. And what looked to start being a blowout, we now have a ball game here as we head to the fourth. That's why these games are never said and done until you read 0-0 after the fourth quarter. We head to said quarter here, 35-30 in MetLife. Offense, defense showing up big for both sides in this one, but how do they finish? The good news for Coach Bearington, looking for his first NFL win, is his offense starts the fourth quarter with the ball. Motioning across is going to be the tight end in Fiden. Bellinger to help lead the way. Scattaboo with the carry. He's got 3. Nice to see him get a intentional carry. It looks like they are already chewing some clock. Chargers playing down by the line here. Throw is outside. Attacking it is Slayton getting his first grab. Good throw there from Dart under pressure. And of course, with a great 2.5 quarters, rough last half of a quarter, he needs to respond big here. Tracy trying to follow some blocks, but they all got shoved backwards, losing 2. Taylor gets the official tackle on the stat sheet. Back of the 34 here, they go I form. Looking to pass that ball. Tight coverage, broken up to Neighbors. A risky throw nonetheless there from Dart, who I can only imagine was expecting his receiver to cross that linebacker's face. Didn't end up happening. You got a third down here. As Dart steps up, tries to find somewhere to go, which is downfield and picked off for a third time. Still had a pick 6 earlier. He's still running. Finally, Tracy brings him down. He had Tracy downfield, tried to go his way, but he just kept running. Dart wanted him to stop, keeping that ball short and inside. It just became an easy pick there for the DB sat lurking. And for Herbert, who has had his own share of struggles in this game, a fantastic opportunity starting just about the 25-yard line. Play action biting hard and lofting beautifully. McConkey gives the Chargers their first lead since the second quarter. A massive comeback here in this game. The Giants blowing what should have been a blowout win. With just 1 point in front, Chargers are not done with this drive. They keep the offense on the field. Tight single back set. Play action again. Conklin with a field goal lead now for the Chargers. They convert the 2-point play on a 1-play drive. And I'm sure some Giants fans out there thinking this is a bit all too realistic for them and how their last few seasons have gone. Dart has to step up here, rolling, throwing, and finds Neighbors. If he could just throw passes like that, we'd be fine. He clearly has the capability. We are seeing it out there. We just need to see it a little bit more consistently. Handing this one off, Tracy with a gap. Puts a spin move on. He's got space at the 40. 30 pursuit coming in and will drag him down at the 24. Another big run for the Giants running back 1. We still have to polish this drive off with some points. Scattaboo checks in at running back. They go his way. He runs under and he holds on. Scattaboo's first touchdown of his career. Checks in following the long run from Tracy. And another beautiful touch ball here by Dart. Finds his target and reclaims that lead. But don't imagine it's going to be a 4-point lead, because it is blocked. 41-38. The defense can massively help us out with a third down stop. 3rd and 5 at the 35. Throwing outside and caught. Williams doesn't look retired to me, converting the first down. Herbert, he needs just a field goal to tie this game up. Throwing outside, lackadaisical coverage there by Holland. For Herbert, a pretty zippy pass there as well as a 1st and 10 plus side. Giants bring that blitz. It's picked up well. Williams by 1, not by 2. The Chargers also not too much in a hurry here either. Harris the back with motion across. Look to have 2 lead blockers here as they do run. Shaking one, but not getting by Kendricks. We've got another 3rd down here. And that'll be for after the 2-minute warning. Needing just 2 yards to convert the down here. Hampton cuts back and is stuffed, bouncing off of Burns. Kendricks cleans it. And a timeout comes in for Coach Bearington. They'll force that field goal attempt here. Even if Dicker makes this one, it still leaves some time. Try to answer yourselves with 2 timeouts. A long field goal, though, shaded just inside the hash, but no problem for Dicker, the kicker. Tying this game up, it's 41 apiece. Looking to avoid overtime. You have 1:47, 2 timeouts, your back pocket, a field goal. Puts you in front. Jackson Dart. What do you have for us here? Well, how about a wide open Tracy? You can't stay in bounds. We'll take a massive gain to the 42. Dart just throwing it where his receiver was going that time. Not trying to redirect him with his throw. Pays off. Throws right side. Quick caught. Robinson. We'll get back to the line here. Just about a minute left here in this game. At midfield. Tracy takes a shot down the middle. Graham Gano needs about the 41-yard line. Right now, you are looking at needing about a yard. Now, no timeouts have come in yet. Scattaboo the back as the Chargers play off. He's got space down the middle, close to said 41. Second timeout called. Coach Barrington has 1 more to go here, about a yard away from field goal range. Now, you would prefer not having to rely on said field goal. He'll come out, though, with 2 down in the backfield. Dart dropping back, looking to pass here. They're actually stepping up. He's got space down the middle. He slides down, and they will let that clock roll down to about 2 seconds. So with a 46-yarder also being iced by the Chargers. Coach Barrington looking for his first NFL win. Graham Gano with ice in his veins. Giants pick up the win on a last-second field goal in a game that should have been an absolute blowout. Chargers respond late in the 3rd and early in the 4th, but ultimately drop their 4th game. Giants are winless. No more. Coach Barrington with his first NFL win. It did not come easy. It did not come cleanly, but we saw a lot of promising play out on that field. Oh, you all wanted to see some progress? Well, how about that progress? Not clean, but definite progress made. We're coming in with the 9th ranked offense in terms of rushing yards. 2nd in defensive rushing yards allowed, so we're locking that down. Vast improvements that can still happen in points and passing yards, again, for both sides, offense and defense. But we start off with the Saints next time, and surprisingly, with Rattler at quarterback, they are 3-1 out the gate, so not a team to overlook by any means. As for our division, we're sitting down at the bottom, but with a big division game also coming in the next episode. Philadelphia are 1-3. They will be our 2nd game. We did not start well in conference play. We could try to correct that next time. So make sure you're here for it by hitting that bear icon on the bottom right or scrolling down, hitting that sub button and tapping that bell icon. As well, if you got a question for Coach or for any of the players, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you also leave a thumbs up as well for picking up that first win. We nearly threw it away, but we found a way to come away with it there at the end. We do have some trade offers coming in as well. Evan Neal is on the trade block. Thibodeau is on the trade block. Haven't seen anything that I like so far, but when we get closer to that Week 8 trade deadline, our hand might be forced. Because right now, neither one seem to be in this team's future. So let me know who you think we should go after. And along the way, we'll see you tomorrow. A new series starting on MLB with Cha-Cha Vaz heading to franchise mode with a brand new team. And on top of that, we start a new season on Friday with the Kent State Golden Flashes. If you missed yesterday, the off-season stream, a lot took place. That team is going to look very, very different. So look forward to all the episodes coming. We'll see you around as your New York Giants just picked up their first win.